Okay, good morning students. In today's lesson we are going to read a text and then we are working on vocabulary. So we are doing a double activity. First of all, I ask you to open page 197 where we have a text about the limit of happiness. We are reading together. Carter goes to Midway Secondary School in Leeds. Carter loves skateboarding and is good at computers. He's going to be a software designer in the future. Carter's got a lot of friends at school, but he often complains. His friends think he is pessimistic. Owen is Carter's friend. They are in the same class. Owen enjoys playing football, is ambitious and studies a lot. He wants to be a doctor. Owen, unlike Carter, is always happy. Owen and Carter get on well, but sometimes Carter doesn't understand why Owen is so positive about everything. Owen, on the other hand, can't convince Carter to be more cheerful. 2 weeks ago, Owen and Carter had a psychology workshop about happiness at school. This workshop helped them understand why some people, like Carter, are less happy, whereas other people, like Owen, are more optimistic. It turns out that the level of people's happiness doesn't change much during their whole life. This is called a happiness set point. This theory shows that happiness doesn't depend on external factors. In one study, psychologists compared the level of happiness of people who won the lottery and people who had a serious spine injury. People who won the lottery were at first extremely happy, but then their happiness returned to the earlier level. Similarly, people with spine injuries were miserable at first, but then their well-being came back to the same level as before the accident. Does this mean that Carter will remain unhappy all his life? Not really. In another study, psychologists checked the level of happiness among identical twins. The results show that 50% of our happiness comes from our genes, and we have no control over it. Psychologists explain that another 10% of our happiness results from good or bad things that happen in our life, such as winning the lottery or having an accident. This means that 40% of our happiness depends on us. Psychologists believe that the happiness set point is important, but everyone can also influence their own well-being. So Carter can feel happier if he starts working on it. So you see that there are highlighted words in bold. For example, unlike. Okay, for example, unlike, differently from, get on well, to be friends, okay, with no discussions, no complaints. Whereas, on the contrary, mentre, turns out, it appears, it seems, spine injury, an injury or an accident to the back. Well-being, they are okay, and that's all. But you also have the translation in Italian of these words on the other page. So on the previous page you can find it here, okay? So it's not particularly difficult. Okay, after you read the text and you practice reading it, not only listening, do a lot of practice, okay? So after doing a lot of practice in the pronunciation and in the reading, okay, in the fluency, you have to answer these questions, of course, complete answers, written answers, and then you have to correct the sentences of exercise number 13. As always, you have also to make an oral summary of this text. Remember, you don't have to be so detailed in your summary, so give the most important ideas, the most important information. Then you work on feelings. Then we go to page 74. We go back on the book because we are improving the vocabulary. And on page 74, you can find the vocabulary about feelings. Are you a warrior? Are you a warrior? How do you feel in these situations? Okay, warrior is persona che si preoccupa, ok? Quindi una persona ansiosa. You're organizing a surprise party for a friend. You feel excited, stressed, worried. Excited, eccitato, ok? Molto su di giri. Stressed, stressato, quindi preoccupato. Worried, proprio preoccupato, ok? Disperato. The skating instructor asks you to show the class how to skate. How do you feel? Happy, embarrassed, or scared? It's the first day of the summer holidays. You feel relaxed, tired, sad. The teacher chose you to be the team captain. You are surprised, afraid, or angry. I think that all these words are already quite well known. Anyhow, we are going to revise them. For example, le abbiamo già viste queste tre. Happy, felice, embarrassed, imbarazzato, scared, ok, spaventato, very very similar to worried. Rilassato, stanco, tired, sad, triste. Sorpreso, surprised, afraid, anche in questo caso spaventato, dispiaciuto anche, quindi afraid lo utilizzate anche per esempio per dire mi dispiace, ok? I'm afraid I didn't arrive in time. Ma anche dispiaciuto, spaventato, quindi preoccupato. Sono abbastanza simili come significato: worried, scared and afraid. Angry, decisamente arrabbiato, ok? Now, how to worry less. Let's read these vocabularies in this lesson. If you answered mostly A's, you are very lucky. But most of us will be a mixture of B's and C's because worrying is natural. However, there are things we can do to help us worry less and enjoy life more. Friends and family. Close family and friends can help you feel good. When you feel lonely, talking to family or friends soon makes you feel better. You can also be a good friend. Helping others means they are grateful and you'll feel good about yourself too. Mind and body. Exercise is good for the body and it also stops your feeling depressed. Go for a walk in the park, look at the sky, the birds and the flowers. You will soon feel calmer and less anxious. New experiences. Learn a new skill, the guitar, a new language, yoga. You could change your life. Success makes you more self-confident and less nervous of new experiences. Join a club and feel proud to be part of the team and inspired to try other new things. Look at the bright side. A positive attitude makes you more resilient. Learn from your mistakes and try to be optimistic. You see close, vicino, quindi per esempio se io parlo di un luogo, close to my house, it means that, vicino a casa mia. Se io parlo di una persona, close friends, close family members, vuol dire vicini, quindi stretti, parenti stretti, amici stretti. Lonely, solitario, da solo. Then we have calmer, comparativo, calm, calmer, and less anxious, anxious, ok? Less, meno ansioso, quindi più calmo e meno ansioso. Self-confident, more self-confident, self-confident, credere in se stessi, autostima. Less nervous, nervoso. Proud, orgoglioso. Inspired, ispirato, quindi aver voglia di provare nuove cose. So, inspiration vuol dire ispirazione, ma vuol dire anche, diciamo, voglia di fare qualcosa di diverso. Resilient means very, very strong, okay? Who doesn't stop doing things. Okay, so also with this text, you have to revise vocabulary, in particular vocabulary about feelings, and you have to do exercise number 20. Then, about the exercise number 20, you have to decide which are the positive adjectives and the negative adjectives. Okay? Great. Finally, we open page 266 and we see adjective endings. So we are still working on vocabulary. Okay, you see that there are typical endings for adjectives, different: full, y, and, ed, os, ik. Okay, and here are different adjectives. We are working and we are seeing together how they are made. Okay, I will help you. So, for example, full, wonderful, careful, joyful, useful. Okay, look at the meaning, because you have to remember, so to memorize these adjectives together with the meaning in Italian. Then we have why, as well as in dirty, heavy, easy, angry. Then we have ed, worried, interested, tired, bored. Os, enormous, famous, nervous, delicious. Then we have ant, different, urgent, independent, confident. Finally, ich, fantastic, pessimistic, energetic, allergic. Okay? So these are the words you have at page 266. Let me open. Okay. Then you have to do the exercises, because if you look at your page, you have completed sentences with an adjective from exercise number 1. Okay? So the lesson is over. We improved vocabulary and we read a text with some answers. For today, that's all. It's 18 minutes, so enjoy your day and enjoy your weekend.